with slavery at that time. In light of what's going on with ISIS and whatnot, the slavery laws in Islam have come up a lot.
Yeah.
And people are criticizing, the early Muslims had concubines and things like that.
Well,
how do we respond to those accusations?
First of all, there's no legitimacy. That's not a caliphate. So the idea that it's a caliphate is absolutely absurd. The Prophet ﷺ said, whoever fights under a blind flag and dies a jahili death. We don't know where this flag came from. I mean, we know literally where the flag came from, but we don't know figuratively where the flag came from. We don't know who these people are. Who ever heard of Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi? Seriously, who is he? Everybody knew who Umar ibn al-Khattab was. Everybody knew who Abu Bakr as-Siddiq was. Everybody knew who they were. Muawiyah was known. His son Yazid was known. People knew who they were. I don't know who this guy is. There's all these different opinions. Some say he was like a taxi driver. Some say he had a doctorate in Islamic law. I mean, there's all these different things. We don't know where they came. Who made the flags? I want to know what factory's producing those flags, because there's so many of them. Where did those orange suits come from? Like, who provided those? I mean, that's really interesting. So, I mean, what's going on? I don't know. But if you think that is a clear situation, right, then you're using clear in the Scientology's usage. I mean, that is a completely ambiguous situation. We don't know what's going on there. But you can't say, Sayyidina Umar said, if somebody claims to be caliph, don't take bay'ah with him. Right? You can't just, amrhum shura bainahum. Somebody declares he's caliph? What is that? That's Zig Heil. That's another religion. So, I mean, that whole idea, and so slavery was abolished. The Prophet ﷺ freed slaves. The Quran encourages to free slaves. Concubinage existed in the pre-modern world. It existed in the Bible, and it was practiced. Islam humanized what were inhumane institutions, right? And it's as simple as that. But the modern world, there's more slavery today in the modern world than there ever has been in human history. So this idea that we've abolished slavery is a load of crap. And there's all these women in horrific, inhumane concubinage in the United States, right? And people go and they sleep with these women and they don't care about them. So all these righteous cheese and cracker people out there, all the cheese and cracker crowd. I mean, these people sit around and discuss things over red wine, how horrific and barbaric the Muslims are, when their own civilization is filled with the most horrific crimes against humanity. So I'm sorry. I just don't buy it. Yeah. Humans are humans. Islam deals with the human beast as he or she is. Not as we would like this idealized creature, angelic creature to be. No. There are beasts out there. And they do beastly things, right? So, but the idea somehow that this is acceptable in Islam, a'udhu billah. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. It's a demonic situation. Simple as that. It's poor Yazidi girls. I mean, they've been living in that civilization for centuries. What Muslims never knew that, and they're not devil worshippers, They've got some angel that's called shaitan or something like that. That's the same in this culture. Lucifer is the fallen angel and, but Muslims left them alone. They left them alone. Muslims were very tolerant civilizations. Just left people alone. If you don't step on people's toes, they tend to just reciprocate with civility. If you step on their toes, people get angry. But yeah, it's a bad situation. Muslims, I mean, this is a tough situation for Islam. I don't know if it's, there's probably periods that have been close to, but the real crisis today is the lack of scholars. I mean, that's where the real crisis is. And there's so many Shaykh Googles out there. There's so many muftis of the internet. And it's really creating immense confusion in our community.